Hello and welcome to Walker Tea Review. I'm Jason Walker here with another tea to taste. I'm going to scoop out enough, well, maybe it'll just kind of shake out enough here. And then my 3-ounce Gaiwan. This is an oolong. Shake, shake, shake a little bit more. I want to cover the bottom inch to inch and a half diameter of my 3-ounce Gaiwan here. Just a couple more. There we go. Water has been brought to an early boil. So it started to rumble, not a full rolling boil though. I like this gooseneck kettle because it allows you to really control the water, let it move around. I want a little bit of water above the rim of my lid. Moving that water around makes the leaves float, move around, make sure they all get to, you don't have a dry spot on some leaves as they just rise up to the top and never actually get submerged. Swirling, moving prevents that. So let that steep for a minute. Introduce this tea. This is from Teavivre. This is their, let me make sure I get the name, all the components of the name. They're Superfine. It's a Xiang Dongding Oolong from Taiwan. You can get a 7-gram sample for $4. It is from the home of Dongding. It's from the, described as the Dongding Mountain in Lugu, which is the town in Nantou County, Taiwan. Elevation of that mountain area where this was harvested about 1,000 meters, so that's puts it at a higher elevation. Harvest time August 1st, 2013. It is the Qing oolong varietal cultivar that was used for this. And the farmer is a fairly well-established farmer. His name is Xiang, and that information is on the product page at Teavivre. So we're going to go ahead and get into talk about the dry leaf, wet leaf, and liquor of this particular tea. Give it a shake here and a smell. Nice, light, again, woody, stemmy kind of smell, English laurel type of shrub type. The smell reminds me of spring cutting shrubs in the springtime. You got the little flowers coming out. You've trimmed some of the branches, so you got a kind of a woody, sappy type of smell. That blend of smells is a lot of what's going on here. Less of a toasty element, although there may be a faint, a very light kind of honeyed graham cracker type of smell going on here. Xiang oolong will often involve, it's a process that often involves lighter oxidations and generally less heat applied. You don't necessarily see a lot of the toasty, roasty colors, and that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing brighter, lighter greens, green yellows, even some kind of green blue. The size of these indicates that some of these will be one leaf, I'm guessing at this point, 2 or more leaves. May also be possible in several of these instances, fairly tightly, compactly wadded, rolled as well. You can still see a little bit of stem here and there, indicating, yes, that more than one leaf is probably attached here. So that takes care of that. Let me set this to the side. I'm going to be able to pour, so I need my pitcher. I need to angle my lid over to one side of my Gaiwan here. Middle finger, ring finger, my fingers over here, thumb in the back to hold it at each side of the rim of the Gaiwan. Don't want to get the body because that would get quite warm. Index finger holds the lid in place. Actually kind of rocks it forward to keep it, the opening, stable. And pour just like so. Shake out any last few, because the drops, the liquor at the bottom of your Gaiwan that's more in contact with the leaf is your most intense liquor. Brighter, or I should say deeper in color, usually deeper in flavor components than, say, the water that rests at the top of the Gaiwan. So, give this a shake. We'll talk about wet leaf here. Again, nice sweet aroma, still that kind of English laurel, woody lightly floral type component. Maybe a little bit of sweet pea, a dash of hyacinth. Yeah, it's probably more of a hyacinth type smell coming out now. So it's sweet, floral type of smells. A little bit of leaf stuck here to my lid. I want to put that, return that to the bowl. Take out a leaf. Here's an individual leaf, fully unfurled. Xiang, again, lighter, much less, would be the best way to say the oxidation. Thick stem vein and middle vein in this particular leaf. See little dabs, little pinpricks of oxidation, little brown, rust brown spots there. Looking to see, do I see how many sets? Here's a leaf, what used to be a leaf, a couple of leaves there actually, attached to a kind of ragged leaf here. I'm not going to try to tease that. Notice that these leaves are longer, narrower, some elasticity here. August. You can note differences in, say, a fall or a late summer, like an August harvest, compared to a spring. So generally, I find that the autumn harvests are mellower. Well, I've got an individual leaf. It's a little ragged. I've got another. Let's see, two leaves. There's a bit of a third leaf that got worn off, rubbed off somehow. I don't have enough space to put that. So let me put the individual leaf back because I've already got that, and put this kind of ragged leaf on here as well. That's going to be all the space that I have because these are fairly large leaves. These are 2 to 3 inches in length. So it's a tight squeeze to get these on there. Moving on then to the liquor. Give that a swirl. Some of the steam off the sides of my pitcher here. Nice, bright yellow color. Continued with those same English laurel, sweet pea. This is cool, so I might be able to detect some of that hyacinth smell. Give that a tall pour. Increasing your distance, allowing more air, allowing it to cool a little bit. It does kind of let that cool faster. Can release a little bit more of the aromatics. Depending on which kind of tea, some people will click their teeth, shake their finger, wag their finger at you, say no, no, no. That's you want less air exposure. You want to let that tea draw out more naturally. But that's the whole point of the slurping and everything else. Release the aromatic compounds. Light texture. Autumn teas, late summer teas can have a little bit lighter texture, a little bit more, sometimes a bit more astringency. This is very low in astringency, not an intense drying type of feeling. Just a light powdery element. I'd say the texture is light but lasting. It wasn't a thick viscous coating, yet it hasn't dropped off that quickly either. Aftertaste, fairly consistent with the front. It's still that English laurel. It's still that kind of shrub, flower, lightly wood sappy kind of element, all combined. Still a little bit of sweet pea element could come out. If I worked hard, if maybe it's my imagination speaking, I want to say there's some of that kind of hyacinth flower, nectar kind of smell going on there, and taste rather, especially more in the aftertaste, as some of the other elements kind of drop off some. As this tea cools, yes, the English laurel and that hyacinth start to kind of balance out a little bit more. So looking at this tea, it's a Xiang again, so it's not oxidized, it's not necessarily roasted as a lot of the more, say, traditional dongdings are. Nice components, gentle, smooth, consistent. I'm going to give this one a decent score. I'm probably going to give this one a 90. Again, nice components. Not necessarily what you're expecting in all dongdings, but things to look forward to. So come back to Walker Tea Review to find out more about dongding teas, whether they're Qing, traditional roast. Sign up for the newsletter, get the tea reviews sent directly into your email, or subscribe to Walker Tea Review to find out things like those more intense reports, those the studies that I discover and share there as well.